Hello fellow flight simmers and aviation fans, it's that time again. It's time for a new update from the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 team. It's October 24th, 2019 and it's the date where they launched a new development update. They also launched a new video on the feature discovery series, which is discussing and showcasing some features of the weather in the simulator. Obviously a very big thing for the simulator because the weather and the sky is where we live when we are flying our aircraft there, right? So that's really important stuff, and we shall have a look at that shortly. Now, on the general update, which is available to everyone on the website on flightsimulator.com, they just write that they have started sending out email to all the people who have been accepted into this first batch of tech alpha testing of the simulator. And they're almost done sending out the emails, so at the time of this video here it should be done. I myself have been accepted, but obviously I cannot disclose any information, videos or footage from the simulator, just as everyone else, right? So, but hopefully soon we'll see some more there, and maybe we can even be allowed to disclose some stuff, but we'll see. Anyway, if you haven't signed up for the Tech Alpha or have not been accepted into the program, you should not despair too much. They will be opening up another Tech Alpha window on October 31st, so that's not too long a wait, and they basically want to have as many people on as possible to really stress test the simulator and all of the things that they have built in it. And the only good way to do that is by numbers basically, and a wide variety of people with different internet connections and different rigs, and that should make all of those little bugs show up so they can deal with them. Anyway, let's hop on to the episode 2 of the feature discovery series, because that's the exciting stuff here. So they launched a video, and I strongly encourage you to have a look at the video yourself. It's about 10 minutes long, and a lot of the information in the video is stuff that we pretty much knew from before. We've gotten bits and pieces of information along the way throughout September, so not much news there, but it's nice to have it all boiled down. And also you can see that the developers are really proud, with good reason, of what they have built here. Basically they have built a completely new atmospheric engine that accurately depicts accurate world weather and lighting and shadow effects into a seamless experience for the flight simmer, right? So stuff like clouds will cast shadows on the ground and objects on each other. Mountains and stuff on the ground will cast shadows back on low-hanging clouds if you see it from the right angle, right? Lights from the moon and the stars at night will interact with higher clouds, so the clouds seen from above might cast some shadows and it will look really cool. And the same from underneath. The city lights will affect the clouds, so you will have that orange hue from clouds that are hanging low over cities, and also from fog. It will interact with fog. It's all volumetric and in particles, so it's really cool. Also, the water in the simulator, I mean the oceans, the lakes, rivers and whatnot, is rendered at atmosphere, which gives it some cool features. It means that the water can actually change appearance and color depending on the light that interacts with the water, and also the wind can interact with the water. So for instance, on a cloudy autumn day, the water might seem dark grayish, dark bluish. And as if it's a clear day with lots of sunlight, it might be more bluish and more vibrant, right? And also you'll see the wind affect the size of the waves and the direction of the waves. And you can even have, as they mentioned, not in this video, but in a previous interview, that you can have local wind gusts affect the water locally. So imagine coming into land over a body of water, and up ahead you can actually see this gust of wind moving in a specific area in the water, which obviously makes you anticipate a gust of wind further down the approach there. So that's obviously really good. That's awesome. And also it's going to give some really cool reflections, some accurate reflections of things like buildings. If you have a harbor area, you'll see the buildings reflect really well. and make it look really realistic. So that's awesome. Also, they have some weather special effects that are really cool. They have obviously fully volumetric 3D rain, volumetric rainbow with scattering, so you get that realistic rainbow effect when the weather and your viewpoint is just right. You will have rainbows appear just like in real life. Individual drops of water, it will be affected by things like wind and airspeed and whatnot, which will make it look really good on the windshield there. Also, they have obviously volumetric fog, which I don't know how to explain this, but it will, for instance, if you're flying an airliner through fog, you could have the tip of your wing disappear in the fog just on one side of the aircraft, because locally within the fog you might have these denser areas of more particles, right? So it makes it really realistic. You also get obviously good icing effects. You'll see that in the video, so I won't go into too much details, but you'll get an example of it in the video of the icing effects on the aircraft. You can see the weather happen and develop and disappear up in the distance. So you will have real living weather. That's the best way I can put it. As in other simulators, you have these updates, and you can obviously say, I want the weather to update every 15 minutes, but it's like a snapshot of the weather. So the clouds are not actually moving around or dissolving or developing. You just have these snapshots loading into your simulator. That's all going to disappear with this new simulator. You're going to have a living organism. It's the best word I can put to it. It's a living weather. You can have these thunderstorms develop up ahead and dissipate again and move around. So that's really cool. And obviously no more billboard clouds, which we have been living with for so long. No more 2D billboard clouds. Also, they can depict 32 different layers of clouds, so all cloud types and layers are simulated to all altitudes and with pretty good accuracy. And they all are, of course, 100% volumetric and with their very own properties within these clouds. Another big deal is the view distance. They have tuned up to 600 kilometers, and that's insane. And if you're me being from X-Plane, we all know the situation with the ring of clouds. So if you are flying at high altitudes, you will experience a ring of clouds. You can actually look up ahead and see the weather end. And that's all going to go into the past. With this here, 600 kilometers is more than enough for you not to notice anything. And obviously, yeah, the clouds will be also affected by things like the wind and updraft, so they will move around and act naturally and as they should. So yeah, real living weather. Also, they will feature real world weather. I haven't heard anything about it being something extra that you have to pay for. It sounds like it's a part of the simulator, so no more active sky and stuff like that. You will be able to load in real world data weather, and it will be accurately positioned. Also, the world will be accurately modeled, so you'll have the sun and the moon and even the stars be correctly positioned in relation to the time of the year and the specific position or where we are in the world. So let's say you're in Canada or Norway, you will have the midnight sun, and you will have the low sun in the wintertime and the high sun in the summertime. And the sunsets and sunrises will also obviously be correct, and the stars and their position in the sky in relation to the time of the night. So it's also accurately depicted. And obviously, yeah, it reads and accurately depicts the live weather from anywhere in the world. You can also change the weather on the fly, so you can fly in the simulator and I want to fly in some fog, and you could go into the interface and you can just change it up, and you don't have to reload the simulator and anything like that. You can just set it up as you want while on the fly. So yeah, you will get full spectrum weather. You will get a fully volumetric sky and live real world weather. And it looks really awesome. I can't wait to test it out, to be honest. So yeah, And if you haven't signed up for the insider info, head on over to flightsimulator.com. I have the link in the description below. I also have the link to the video. So be sure to check that out. And hopefully I'll see you in the next update from the Microsoft Flight Simulator team. Also, if you haven't if you haven't subscribed or liked my video, please do so. It really helps me build the channel and get the good news out to all of you good folks and flight simmers. See you in the next video. Thank you and bye bye.